Hey guys.
Hey gang. Hey sports, hey racer fans. Hey my favorite Mario racists.
Oh dear.
It's time for another episode, another edition of your favorite show, Mario Kart Monday. So named after both the game and the day it is allowed to be played. You can't play this game any other days.
Yeah, it's against the law.
It's against the law. Miyamoto said Mario Kart on Mondays only. Miyamoto Kart Mondays. I want to play that game.
All the characters are just little Miyamotos.
All the characters are Miyamoto and all the other like main Nintendo executives and stuff. But Miyamoto programmed it, so he's like got max stats and everything. And also, if you get to the finish line before Miyamoto, your cart just stops moving.
Like right before.
Yeah.
It like jerks to a halt and your character goes flying out of the car because there are no seatbelts.
It jerks to a halt and your character just slowly floats away towards the sky. And then Miyamoto crosses the track, and then his victory quote is, "I win, but you went to heaven."
Mr. K.
Mr. K.
Is he making a pizza?
I don't know.
Did you ever go there?
No.
It's alright.
Wait, is it that Korean pizza place?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I went there with you and your dad, I think.
Mm.
And he had bulgogi pizza.
Oh wait, no, that was a different one.
Oh, okay.
Mr. K's Pizza was like this place by where we used to live.
Oh, that place. It had like sandwiches too, right?
Yeah.
I think I went there one time and got a sandwich and it was really disappointing.
Yeah, I actually only went there a few times, but when I did, I think their pizza was decent.
Yeah. Chelsea, are you winning?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Mr. K's not winning.
No, neither is Norse Queen. Is anybody winning in this? There we go. This guy.
It's just the same character over and over again.
Oh, it's just a cursive TN over and over.
I think it's just like a vowel sound like ah or something.
Yeah, well, it's TNT a lot, so it's probably just like
Dynamite?
the sound. Yeah, it's the sound like an explosion makes.
Ah,
His name is just.
it's a pretty cool name.
Yeah, it's really cool, especially because like I don't know how you would IPA any of those fucking phonemes. Oh, wait, how'd he get in 11th? You blew it! He's in last place now.
Is he going the wrong way?
He's going the wrong way.
I think he was just being a troll.
I think he's just being a dup shut.
So many anime hair.
Yeah, dude. It's a cool anime game. Hey, what's up? I like your anime hair. Your hair's not very anime. Fuck you. Haha, you're so funny.
That's exactly what they're saying.
Yeah. Man, that guy in orange in the bottom left is really lonely. Nobody likes him, like, at all.
Aw. Not even his twin over there on the
Yeah.
other side of the screen.
Are they supposed to be Hitler?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
If they are, they didn't do a very good job.
Yeah, I guess Hitler doesn't wear sunglasses.
Ah,
What level?
Rainbow Road.
And Greta's not even here.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Mm.
Hey, Greta.
Wow.
You missed Rainbow Road.
That's some wizard shit right there.
We didn't even say your name 3 times in front of a mirror. So, what are we gonna rant about today?
I don't know. Hey, the
What?
Trump care didn't pass.
That's good.
Yay. My insurance.
Ah!
Oh, but I guess politics, like, deep discussion is for Splatter Day.
Yeah.
This is where we talk about dumb fan bullshit.
Yeah. Speaking
Oh,
of which,
shit.
I've been kind of in a Steven Universe mood lately. We could talk about that.
Steven Universe is my favorite. Next subject. What do you want to talk about Steven Universe? I love it. I wish it was my baby.
You got any theories?
Steven Universe is real.
Oh my god.
Like,
who do you think shattered Pink Diamond?
Oh, Greg.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Greg did it. He knew that his...
I was gonna say Ronaldo.
I mean, that does make sense too. But Ronaldo would have been like a baby.
So?
Or wait, when did Pink Diamond shattered?
Pink Diamond was shattered like 5,000 years ago.
I guess Greg probably wasn't alive yet. Okay, so I think that, like, a very distant ancestor to Greg shattered Pink Diamond. I don't know. I mean, like, obviously Yellow Diamond shattered Pink Diamond for some reason, right?
I feel like that's too obvious.
You think that's too obvious?
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't, like, shatter her maliciously. Maybe, like, some sort of accident because of something that happened under her command caused her to shatter. And she was like, gotta cover this one up.
I think either Pink Diamond wasn't actually shattered and it was a whole, like, plot by her and, like, maybe she was working with Rose Quartz. Or I think it might have been Pearl.
You think Pearl shattered Pink Diamond?
Yeah.
Why do you think Pearl shattered Pink Diamond?
Pearl's, like, the character we still don't know very much about her backstory. Of all the main characters, she's the one we know the least about. And I feel like if it wasn't shattering Pink Diamond, I feel like there must be something pretty big in her backstory that's been kept from us and Steven. And,
Sure, but shattering Pink Diamond? Oh, Baby Park.
oh no.
Baby Park! Hell yeah. That bottom row knows what's up.
Also, like, I was just rewatching the episodes that are the most recent ones. And in the trial episode, Blue Diamond is, like, very overly assertive that Pink Diamond was shattered by a sword. And Pearl's, like, the character we know most associated with swords besides Rose. So I feel like that could be maybe a hint. I don't know. There are a lot of little things that, like, through a process of elimination, unless it's a character we haven't met yet, I feel like Yellow Diamond's too obvious. Like, maybe White Diamond? Because we haven't met her or anything yet, but that would maybe be my second choice. Because the lawyer gem was all, like, maybe suggested that maybe it was someone with the authority, like a Diamond, and Yellow Diamond got all pissed off. But it could have been White Diamond, because White Diamond could have convinced Pink Diamond to stop her palanquin.
Yeah.
How do you say that?
Palanquin.
Palanquin.
Sure, but, I mean, yeah, totally. But why? I don't know. White Diamond isn't that compelling.
Yeah, we don't know much about White Diamond, which is the main problem.
Yeah.
Oops. What I want to know is who Pearl's original master was, which I think might have been White or Pink Diamond.
I mean, that makes sense.
In which case, if it was Pink Diamond, that would make it very, I guess, dramatic if Pearl had been the one to shatter her.
Why would Rose Quartz need to cover for Pearl, though?
Well, I saw an interesting argument for it, saying that because pearls are like not seen as people, that maybe, and this would be kind of dumb, admittedly, but
Yeah.
maybe because people were like, oh, it was Rose's Quartz's pearl, but they don't see Pearl as her own person, so instead it was Rose Quartz was the one responsible. Which, again, would be kind of dumb, but
Yeah.
is possible.
Maybe. I don't love it. I don't love that line of thinking. Also, like, it begs a question. I mean, I know that it's too obvious. Or, it seems very obvious anyway that Yellow Diamond did it. But it begs the question, why would Yellow Diamond act so defensive and dismissive over the whole incident?
They've already confirmed a non-diamond can't shatter a diamond. Why would they say that? That's like a spoiler. When did they say that? And who?
But Rose Quartz isn't a diamond, is she?
No.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. I need a source.
It seems weird that the creators would say something like that when no one in the actual show, none of the characters seem to know that.
On one of their Twitter? Huh.
But was it like Rebecca Sugar, or was it one of the other animators?
It was the voice actor for Paradox. And it's really more like just fan fiction.
I don't know. My money if that's true, my money would be on White Diamond. I just feel like Yellow Diamond's so obvious.
Yeah, but it is also like at its core a kid's show.
Yeah, but I feel like usually the storytelling and the animation characters' expressions and whatnot are usually more subtle. Ow.
Well, I mean, like, I think you can find subtlety not just in who it is. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the basis of Steven Universe is like the mystery of who shattered Rose Quartz, or excuse me, Pink Diamond, but more about why she was shattered. So, I guess Yellow Diamond being the one who shattered Pink Diamond after it being pretty obvious, isn't like some big, I don't know, isn't a big deal. It's more like why she did it. Because that's really like the big mystery, is why Pink Diamond is shattered. I mean, like, if it was just because of Rose Quartz or the crystal gems, then it's like a lot more obvious.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of also like the theory that she wasn't shattered.
You know what? I know this is gonna sound very boring, but I just like the idea that Rose Quartz shattered her.
You don't like the idea that Rose Quartz did it?
No, I do.
Oh, you do.
I was really okay with that. I was like,
yeah,
that makes a lot of sense and makes Rose Quartz a very, like, it adds a lot of depth to Rose Quartz.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Because, you know, I mean, Rose Quartz is a little bit of a mystery because of the fact that she's not around and, like, her connection with Steven's, like,
right.
No one's 100% sure what's up with that. But as far as, like, her sort of character and her motivations, they're a little bit, I think Mary Sue is a harsh terminology, but she is kind of, like, been up until this point a perfect cupcake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's one of the cool things about Steven Universe is that it does start out with Steven, at least Steven's perspective, from what everyone says. It does sound like, oh, she was this great leader that could do no wrong, and that's the source of a lot of Steven's insecurities.
Yeah.
So it was good that when we finally got, like, the flashback episodes, we learned that she was not perfect or anything. So if we did find out, like, another plot twist that it was her, then I wouldn't be upset or anything. But I feel like that's not gonna happen.
Maybe. I also think that it being rose quartz adds a lot of like credit to her character too, because in almost every flashback with rose quartz, you never see her like really fighting or being like the leader of the crystal gems, the leader of this rebellion. It's like mostly her like being like, oh, boy howdy do I love Earth, huh?
Yeah.
What a great place. Which, you know, is good because it explains a lot of her motivation. But when you're fighting like a rebellion, even like a children's show, like even like, let's say Avatar, there's like violence involved and like, it's a weird duality because her character is supposed to be like the sweetest thing
with magic healing powers.
With magic healing powers, but she like started an armed and violent resistance. It's just interesting. And if rose quartz ended up being a shatterer, I would be completely satisfied with that explanation. But if not, then, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, again, if it turned out that it really was her after all, that wouldn't disappoint me or anything. Because, like you said, it does add to her character.
Yeah.
And it also adds to Steven's coming to terms with that.
Right.
But at the same time, the idea of there actually being a whole nother bigger conspiracy behind all of this also intrigues me.
I'm just a little worried that if it ends up that the person who smashed Pink Diamond is another Diamond, it's gonna like, if, I don't know, if Steven Universe ever ends and wraps up, it like kind of is too much of like an easy out, right? Because if it turns out diamonds are smashing diamonds, then it's like, well, then I guess Diamond Hierarchy will just fall apart by itself. And like, the heroes will be a little less involved in like any sort of triumph. I like know that, or I guess I think that a conspiracy involving diamonds, smashing diamonds, and then like sort of a power struggle that just like makes the whole thing implode is like a pretty feasible answer. But it also seems like maybe, I don't know, a little bit less interesting than one of our heroes doing this.
I mean, it does kind of present the same problem Aang had in Avatar. Like, do I kill the Fire Lord to...
Yeah.
Whoop. Why? Link.
I mean, and that's the thing, I don't know, with kids shows. On the one hand, it's like, with shows that are sort of their audience, their intended audience is like kids, you want the hero to be like pretty morally unambiguous.
Right.
So you don't have him ever really do a murder on screen. I mean, Aang did like kill 1,000 people off screen when he blew up all the Fire Lord blimps. But on screen, he never kills anyone.
Right. And Steven's kind of, like, he's not, I don't know if you'd call him a pacifist, but he definitely has gone with the approach of befriending his enemies instead of...
Yeah.
Like, whenever possible.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of the thing with, I think, a lot of cartoons for kids. They like, or the main character doesn't have to kill the bad guy.
Yeah.
So if that ends up being the case, it's like, well, I'm not mad because, you know, kid shows are kid shows.
Yeah, the breaking point.
It's just it would just be interesting if, like, I don't know, for once. And, like, I really don't know. But if for once, like, maybe Steven has to make a tough choice. It would just be nice if for once, like, the decision to kill the big bad in a children's show was hard.
Yeah.
Instead of, I just energy bent him.
Just Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah. It turns out energy bending was a thing this whole time.
He can't possibly do any damage if he can't bend. Non-benders can't do anything.
And then, in the course, season 1. Oh wait, he was a bender though.
Yeah.
Whap! Fuck that show.
Ah! I don't know, a part of me kind of also wouldn't mind if Steven just like all throughout the whole show, all of his enemies, even the diamonds, he ended up just kind of like going through something with them and showing them empathy and teaching them that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And basically just ended up befriending all of his enemies.
For sure. And like I said, I have no problem with kids shows taking that approach. Mm-hmm. You know, at its heart, it's a show for kids, and it's like just kind of nice. Mm-hmm. It makes things not feel like...
I mean, it'd be almost a little bit like Pacifist Run.
It would be, but you see, that like is a lot more about meta narrative.
Right. Oop. Why Link?
Because he had like he fell asleep at the wheel for a hot second. You know how sleepy Link is.
Yeah, that's true. This is technically Skyward Sword Link, so he's real sleepy.
Yeah, he's very tired.
But I think it would also be interesting because, like, even though, yes, in kids shows a lot of times they don't have to make that hard choice, but at the same time, they don't generally go around befriending all their enemies either.
I mean, that's true.
So it would be still kind of different.
I mean, it would be better than a lot of kids shows. I mean, it is better than a lot of kids shows, so... I'm sure even if, like, Steven ends up holding hands and singing Kumbaya with the fucking diamonds, it'll be in a way that's, like, at least good to watch.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see who Shatter Pink Diamond.
I mean, it was obviously Onion.
Onion, the timeless demigod.
I don't know. I think more the quote-unquote mystery I want to know the most is Pearl's backstory. Like, she's my favorite character, so I just really want to know what her origin story is.
She used to live in Jersey.
Oh dear. Explains a lot. Yeah, Sokka shattered Pink Diamond with his boomerang.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, Sokka did a murder in that show. Mm-hmm. Sokka did at least one bona fide murder.
Yeah. They even kind of had an on-screen death.
Yeah.
Friggin' Jet. That they then later lampshaded and never talked about.
Yep.
Did Jet just die? It's kind of unclear.
Huh.
What?
I don't know, I can't decipher this guy's username, so I can't really say hello.
Oh, hello, whoever you are.
Fakey Marksman, I think. Hey, Fakey Marksman. We're talking about TV cartoons. While we play Mario Kart. Mario Kart tunes. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give myself a
comedy
gold star for that joke. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of, like, backstory about Pearl outside of her time in the Crystal Gems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Rebecca at one point even said or has said multiple times in interviews and stuff, that Pearl is the character Steven knows the least about.
Yeah.
In terms of backstory.
Yeah.
And since Steven is our narrator, we therefore also don't know much.
Right.
When do you think we'll finally meet White Diamond?
Good question. I just don't know about, like...
It's weird that, like, no one's even mentioned her.
Right.
We've seen pictures of her in the little, like, temples and stuff.
Yeah.
But we haven't... No one... Even the other diamonds never actually even have talked about her.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean...
Like, I saw a couple of theories that, like, White Diamond was actually a fusion of the other 3 diamonds. And now they can't make White Diamond anymore because Pink Diamond's shattered.
Yeah.
Which I guess could make sense, but I don't think that's the case, personally.
I don't think that's the case either. However, I don't think that rules out that White Diamond is a fusion of the other 3 diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what if there's just more than one red, blue, and yellow diamond?
Mm-hmm.
But they've been fused as White Diamond for such a long time, they kind of don't even remember anymore.
Yeah. Could be. I wonder if the cluster's gonna come back. I would imagine.
Hmm. Hello, Stequin. Okay, everyone in this room needs to be quiet now. I've had it with your
That one guy with the
outbursts.
sunglasses is just sitting there, looking cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about what happened with Lars? Yeah, I think that's the case for everyone, Greta. Their schedule is weird.
Yeah, I hate their schedule.
It's like, why can't you just do a normal new episode every week for a couple months? Like everyone else.
Come on. I don't know. It's cool what happened to Lars.
Mm-hmm.
It was real good storytelling.
Mm-hmm. We know more about Lion now.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that Steven's just kind of like low-key necromancer.
Yeah. He just rolled a really good dice.
Yeah, he did.
Ow.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know, it's cool. I mean, it's just a real cool show. Cool shit's always cool shit happens all the time on that show.
Mm-hmm.
And Lars dying and then turning into a pink zombie is just more cool shit.
Yep.
I wonder what the implications of Steven's new power are. I wonder if he can bring other stuff back to life.
Like the gem?
Like the gems. I wonder if he'll bring back Pink Diamond somehow.
Maybe.
Finds the shattered gem pieces and then he eats them. And then he barfs up a whole pink diamond.
Oh.
Just spitballing here.
Yeah. Well, so would he. Ow.
Chelsea, don't run into the tire. Chelsea, stop running into tires.
Somebody knocked me off the course. It was very rude of them.
No, Chelsea, what? How did that happen?
My turn wasn't sharp enough.
Ah.
I don't got my Cyber Slick wheels. They haven't unlocked.
Excuses.
I'm just gonna bullet bill.
Yeah.
Victory.
Is 6th place really victory?
I'm in 5th.
Oh, excuse me. Oh my god, Chelsea. That was cutting it close. If you'd fallen in the water just then, I would have never let you hear the end of it. I'd have been like Trial of the Blade all over again.
Greta, what are all the little Japanese symbols by your name?
It just says Greta again.
Greta.
Whoa. Take it easy, racist. I'm talking about because you're racing, not because you're being offensive.
Uh-huh. So what do you want to talk about now? You want to talk about new Game of Thrones?
New Game of Thrones came out. That's exciting. So first episode, so they just are setting up a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, Game of Thrones structure, just a bunch of little vignettes, usually. Mm-hmm. Which of the, like, many vignettes that was shown in the first episode did you think was the coolest? Hey, Game of Thrones spoilers, by the way.
Greta never liked Game of Thrones.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to like everything, Greta. I never liked you.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know. The beginning was really cool.
Oh yeah, when Arya killed all them dudes.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I figured it out pretty fast. But it was still neat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who do you want to win Game of Thrones?
Good question.
Who is the best gamer of Thrones?
Who's the best gamer of Thrones? That's a tough one. Do you mean like who do I think is best at like playing the Game of Thrones game?
Yeah, the board game.
Yeah. I don't know. All the people I want to win seem kind of bad at it.
Like who?
I mean, like Jon Snow doesn't seem like great.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. All these people have like a kind of a deficiency. Mm-hmm. Like for example, like Dany and Jon are very good at fighting wars and like sort of leading battles,
but not governing when it's done.
Yeah, but like not delegating really. Whereas like someone like Tyrion or Varys sort of has like the opposite problem. So you'd like, I don't know, like nobody's like the total package. It seems like you could kind of make I think the case for Tyrion and be like, what about Blackwater Bay? He led that battle, and I'm like, he gave a speech. He gave a speech about fucking dudes. But I don't know if that makes him like a consummate leader of war.
Yeah, it seems like I don't think this would ever happen, but I feel like the best solution would be for, you know, in a sort of cliche, which is why it would never happen, way, that they sort of get their shit together and work together. And that way they can make up for each other's faults. Like, kind of like, I mean, like, Tyrion now is working with Dany.
Right.
So if they teamed up with Jon Snow and then won and, like, ruled Westeros together, maybe that would work.
Maybe.
But I feel like that, I kind of doubt that'll happen. Because it's Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Like, in the beginning, I was rooting for Dany the most.
Yeah.
But over time, we've seen that she's, like you said, she's really good at conquering places. But she's not so great at, like, sticking around and taking care of them.
She's, like, not a great, you know, governor of people.
Yeah. Which I think mostly is just her inexperience and naivete. Which she could, you know, over time get that.
And I think yeah.
But I feel like if she wins, like, soon and conquers Westeros, I don't know if that would last very long.
I mean, you gotta, like, assume that if and when she conquers Westeros, she's gonna be like, okay, Jon Snow, time to bend the knee. And they're gonna, like, butt heads. But, like, there's so many other problems, right? Yeah. There's so many, like, little factions. I guess that technically right now, Dany is allied with, like, Dorne and the Tyrells as well. Because they all just hate Cersei.
And Reek.
Yeah, and Reek and Yara. Half of, like, the Greyjoys. The Greyjoys who aren't fucking crazy evil people. So that's, like, a pretty good coalition. Like, she really only has to take the Riverlands and the Crownlands before she has to go after, like, the North. And I don't know. I don't know what the fuck Cersei's plan is, but it seems like it's not going to be that hard. I mean, the Mountain can't kill everybody.
He can try.
He can try. I mean, I'm sure he'll do a great job. He'll make a real dent.
Yeah.
Unless, like Qyburn is literally just going to make a bunch more obedient zombie soldiers. Cersei don't have a trump card.
Yeah.
Her, like, only, like, power play is she can blow up King's Landing.
I don't think anyone wins in that scenario.
Right, no one wins.
I guess Cersei wins in her mind.
Cersei wins in her mind, and I guess technically the North wins because now all their problems went away.
Unless they're there.
Right. I guess her other power play, though, is she's gonna be allied with Euron, and Euron probably is some crazy shit. There's been a lot of, like...
I can't see.
Hinting that Euron has fucking insane evil magic. In the books, it's, like, pretty heavily implied that he has, like, just... so much, like, dark magics at his disposal. So we'll see how that, like, plays out.
Why?
Like, in the books, Euron is so evil, I wouldn't be surprised if he, like, after Cersei gets owned, he just allies with the White Walkers. My favorite scene, to sort of circle back, was when Sam had to clean all the poopies. I like that scene where he's, you know, it's like this very fast montage of him doing all the busy work at the Citadel.
Mm.
I think would be like a really good mashup with like Weird Al's hardware store.
Make that AMV.
I mean, like, I want to jump on that content because I know in like by the time the next episode comes out, there's going to be 1 million songs that involve all the percussive noises from that scene.
I think the person I most want to win, and to be honest, Greta's happy. I can't 100% explain why. It's more of sort of a gut reaction.
Yeah.
That I feel like this person would do the best job. But and also I don't know how it's changed a bit in this past season, so my opinion might change. But my gut instinct is Sansa.
I definitely see that. I don't know. I get what you're saying, and I kind of feel the same way. But it's a little weird because I feel like the narrative that the show keeps setting up sort of betrays that. Because whenever like Sansa tries to make sort of a power play, what ends up happening in the show always flies in the face with that, and I don't really like that, right?
Yeah.
Like in the episode, again, spoilers, like Sansa makes like a really good point.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you appoint to lordships the like families that were loyal to your cause? And like to me, it's like, yeah, fucking do that. But Jon Snow's like, I'm gonna let the old families be in charge still. And then he makes a couple of babies king.
Yeah.
And then everyone gets super psyched about that. And
Well,
I'm
he
like,
was just like, it worked with that one little girl who's badass, so...
yeah, but she was like, she didn't oppose them.
I didn't say it's good.
No, okay, sure. Sure.
I was just making a joke.
No, yeah, you're right. Let's hope that these two small babies that he's given absolute authority to will do a great job.
Oh, man.
As good a job as Lyanna Mormont. But I don't know. I like sort of the narrative that Jon and Sansa have like differing but like valid approaches to sort of trying to govern. But I feel like the narrative never really gives Sansa's sort of politics to really ever play out. And that's too bad.
Yeah. I feel like Sansa is arguably had the most character development out of everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like because of that, because she's changed so much and got so much more like experience and lost her naivete, that she's learned a lot. And oh crap. But she still retains a lot of her like goodness, unlike some of the other characters that have sort of learned more in the world, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess that's one of the reasons I feel like she would make the best ruler.
I mean, honestly, like, the fucking Stark household is just gonna be tough to fuck with. I mean, Jon Snow is like a really consummate military leader. Sansa is like great at politics. And then you have two wizards. Two baby wizards. How can you compete with that if you're another house?
Are there any... is Ghost the only direwolf? No, there's Arya's direwolf still alive.
Yeah, Nymeria.
Are those the only two left?
Grey Wind is dead. Lady's dead. Shaggy Dog's dead. I guess the only one I'm not sure about is Summer. I don't remember if Summer died ever, which is Bran's dog. Do you remember?
I feel like Summer died when they attacked the tree.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I remember watching, like, Shift Alt X?
Alt Shift X.
Alt Shift X. That episode, and someone in the comments said how, like, what was the fairy or whatever her name was?
Leaf?
Leaf?
Yeah.
Someone was all like, Summer and Leaf both died. And summer, summer is summer and Leaf is autumn. So now you know winter is here. Stop pushing me in the mud. I remember being kind of disappointed when I watched Game of Thrones the first time. Because the first episode, I don't know about the books, but the first episode kind of sets it up that these direwolves are going to be, like, hella important.
Yeah.
And then, like, they all die.
Yeah, I mean... Well, a lot of them go away. Like, Sansa and Arya lose their dogs pretty fast.
Yeah. And, like, I feel like Ghost has the most screen time, but even him you don't really see very often.
Yeah. For sure.
And I know a part of that in the show was because of budget,
Yeah.
but even so.
Totally. Yeah, it definitely took me a minute to warm up to Game of Thrones when I started watching it too. Like, honestly, I think the first episodes of the first season are very plotting. It sort of betrays how crazy shit gets. Like, I don't know, I guess when they push Bran out the window, that's like a big deal, but... I don't know, then Bran just falls asleep.
He's fine, he's just taking a little nap.
Just taking a nap.
I honestly barely remember, like, the earlier seasons.
Yeah, for sure. I, don't remember the first season.
Like, Game of Thrones is weird, because usually, even if there's, like, a large cast and a lot of different subplots, I can usually remember most of what's going on.
Yeah.
But with Game of Thrones, I just, like, do not remember who people are and what the various, like, intricate plots and conspiracies and all that.
Yeah, there's a lot, and, like, I think that causes some characters to just be like, I don't fucking care, man. Like, I don't know the name of anybody from fucking Dorne. Because I don't care. The only Dornish person who I ever cared about was Prince Oberon. He got his head crushed.
Greta, where'd you go?
Greta's not playing with us anymore.
It's because you said you didn't like him.
I said I was just kidding.
I don't think he believed you.
Well. Greta's having technical difficulties with Amazon.
Ah, fucking Amazon.
Fucking Amazon, that thing that I love and use all the time.
Did it not deliver your package?
No, he's just getting payment errors. Been enjoying rewatching Oran.
Yeah.
It's real good. It's been like such a long time since I've watched it. I barely remember a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of your reactions seem like it was the first time.
Yeah. No, I like watched it once in college and then
Ah, gotcha.
it's been a good minute. I forgot how weird shit gets sometimes.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to when we get to the second half of it, because the first half I know quite well, because I had like the box set for it,
Yeah.
but I didn't have the box set for the second half until for a really long time.
Yeah.
So I was just like watching the first half over and over again.
Right.
But the second half is where we finally start getting like backstories and stuff. I was actually thinking about rereading the manga, but it's kind of long.
Oh, yeah.
It's not as long as I thought, because I actually looked it up last night. Because I was thinking it was like 200 chapters or something, but it's actually like 80 something, I think. Which isn't terrible for a manga. I don't know.
Who's your favorite Oran person?
Kyoya. I mean, Haruhi's probably my favorite. But
Well, sure.
if we're saying, like, which host?
Which host is your favorite? Oh, Haruhi's a
well,
host.
besides Haruhi. Which boy host?
Well, Haruhi's a boy host. Which perfect angel husbando is your favorite?
Kyoya.
Now, do they, like, differentiate them more later?
What?
Kyoya and other Kyoya?
No, Kyoya's the glasses guy.
Oh.
You're thinking of Hikaru and Kaoru.
That's right. I was thinking of Hikaru and Kaoru.
I do love them, but Kyoya's my fave.
Kyoya is pretty great. I think Kyoya is probably my fave too, even though he's the creepiest one. Even though out of all the creepy shit that happens on this show, he's definitely the biggest creep.
I also love the Lobelia girls. They're hilarious.
Are they gonna show up some more?
Yeah.
I don't remember this show, Chelsea.
Greta's back.
Hooray.
But yeah, they come back later.
Nice.
Lobelia. Oh, Ron's just so good.
It's really good. It's like definitely one of my favorites.
It's especially good if you like are more familiar with shoujo tropes.
Uh-huh.
Because like, you know, it's a satire.
Right.
But it's also a genuine shoujo manga.
Right.
Which is like, it's kind of hard to get that balance. But Oran does such a good job. And it's just like, you know, it takes a lot of those tropes and just sort of turns them on their head. And it's great. And it acknowledges it.
Yeah. I definitely... What's the name of the girl who is like their manager?
Red Gay.
I really can't stand her voice.
Yeah.
The dub.
Yeah. It's like my least favorite thing about the dub.
It's really bad.
It's very bad.
It's like all the like voices in the dub are pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
her
it's
voice,
one of my favorite dubs overall.
Her voice is like worse than bad dubs. In my opinion. It's like just so grating, and it sounds so unnatural when she delivers her lines.
Yeah, it's bad. I was like very disappointed when I recognized, her voice in Brotherhood.
Oh yeah. She's Winry, right?
What? No.
Oh.
Winry is Haruhi.
Oh. Duh. My bad. Who is she in Brotherhood?
From what I remember, I want to say she plays Mei. Oops. Crap. Too fast.
That's a man.
Too fast.
I didn't know she played that dude.
What?
That's a man.
What man?
May.
No?
May Hughes.
That's Mei's.
Okay, so just... She plays more than one character then.
Gotta go fast.
You bet. It's words to live by. No!
Are you okay?
Look at that man!
Which man? The one with the lips or the old man?
The old man.
Oh.
Wait, are
We
those
have an anime girl?
Are those lips? He's like got big fish lips.
Clark has never seen an old man play video game. I hate this course.
Me too. Do you have any orange chips? I said, as if that was a question. Hey, let me rephrase that, Chelsea, in a way maybe you'll understand. What are your orange chips?
Oran is actually one of the few fandoms where I have an OT3.
Okay. Why don't you hit me with your best shot? It doesn't involve the twins, you sicko.
No.
Okay.
It's Tamaki, Haruhi, and Kyoya.
How does that OT3 work? Because I don't see Haruhi and Kyoya.
No, it's Kyoya loves Tamaki.
Okay.
But he and Haruhi also like each other, so they don't mind sharing.
So it's like a love triangle, but like everybody's
like,
just kind of cool with it.
Yeah.
Okay. When you say OT3, my instinct is just to assume that everybody's just getting in there.
Well, yeah, it usually is. An OT3 usually is like a polyamorous relationship.
Yeah.
And I do think, like, it more so in the manga, really, than the anime, but there are, like, moments between Kyoya and Haruhi, and it's implied that Kyoya, like, he doesn't love Haruhi, but he sort of thinks that he could be in love with her, but he knows Tamaki's in love with her, and out of respect for their friendship, he, like, never tried.
Oh, I see.
Basically.
Okay.
Because he cared more about Tamaki being happy than him trying, like, risking ruining their friendship to try to get with Haruhi.
Gotcha.
And Tamaki and Kyoya do have a lot of moments together that are a little slashy. Like, I was just rereading some of the manga, and there was literally a scene where, like, Tamaki is giving Kyoya a shoulder massage and calling him mom, and Kyoya's calling him dad.
Oh, they do that in the anime.
Yeah, they do that. Well, they do the name thing in the anime. But it was like this weird kind of moment where it was like also the sort of like the little background effects also were kind of
it was very intimate.
shiny.
Do you have any other shippos?
I kind of like I kind of passively ship Honey and Mori. Like, I don't
What is passively shipping?
Okay, so actively shipping is when I actually look for like fan art and fan fiction and stuff. Oh.
Boo.
I got
Stop thinking about those ships.
But you asked!
Focus on the fucking driving.
And then see what happens? Do you see what happens when I start talking about anime? When I'm racing?
Just can't focus on the driving. Think about those sweet, sweet ships.
My concentration goes to that.
Just thinking about all those beautiful boys making out with each other.
Yes. No, but so I have ships that I like consider active ships where I actually look for like fan fiction or fan art or whatever. And then I have passive ships where I think, oh, it's kind of cute, and if I see fan art of them or whatever, then I'll like it or reblog it or whatever. But I don't really go out of my way to look for it. But if I see it, I'm like, oh, I like it. You know?
Yeah.
And because there are definitely ships where like that are neither, you know.
Yeah.
So there is a difference between passive ships and just not ships at all.
Yeah. It's sort of a level. There are 4 levels of ship tensity. You've got active shipping, passive shipping, apathetic, and then the dreaded no TP.
Yeah.
I am honestly just kind of weirded out by Honey's whole deal.
Oh, I thought that was the last lap.
Like, I know that he's, I guess, like the oldest member of the club, which is...
He and Mori are the same age.
Okay, which is just hilarious.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the fact that he looks and acts like a tiny baby.
Yeah. I mean, you learn more about his backstory later, too.
Totally.
But I mean, that's like the joke, right? He's the Shoto Lolita boy.
Right, and I'm like, why is that a thing?
I don't know. I never got that trope.
No, me neither.
It's weird. Like, I get, like, oh, the character is cute, but I don't get, like, being romantically interested in that.
He's completely adorable. I don't understand why they're, like... I don't know, you know what? Because, like, all of his clients at the host club are never, like...
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's make out.
Yeah, they're more in it for the moe with him and Mori.
Yeah. But, like, I definitely...
I don't like any of these.
I like that cool dolphin. I definitely wouldn't do any ships with Honey.
I mean,
aside from my main ship, which is all of them. It's my
Just a
OT7. No, but yeah, I think Honey ships are not my fave.
It definitely calls into question that, you know, the issue of, is it okay to, like, see this character who looks younger in a like romantic or sexual light, if they actually are younger or not, you know?
Right. I don't know. It's like a gray area because again, he is like the oldest one, and like even though his whole like sort of shtick is that he's cutesy buttons, he is like, it is like kind of an act, right? Like deep down, he's actually maybe the most mature one.
Yeah, he actually like, especially again going back to the manga, which it's made more obvious.
Yeah.
But Honey actually is one of the most mature characters in the club. He just acts like he isn't.
Right.
As part of his shtick.
So I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to shame anyone watching this video who like has a bunch of like
body pillows.
Well, if you have a honey body pillow, I'm gonna shame you a little bit.
I think if anyone has any body pillows, you have that right.
I mean, sure, but especially a honey body pillow, I'm gonna shame you a little bit. But if like you passively ship like Honey out there because of whatever, then I'm like, okay, fine.
Also, it's not like I look for like sexual fan art of it.
Oh, I mean, I'm not trying to say you do. I'm just saying that, I don't know. I'm just saying it's a gray area. Personally, I think it's a little bit, I think the word is squicky.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I definitely get that, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, I would find it squicky if I did see, like, explicit fan art of it or something. I'd be like, what?
Huh?
Because, you know, it's that weird thing where it's like, technically, he's 18 or something.
Yeah.
Wow, Link. But he looks like he's younger.
Right.
So that makes it weird. It's like, there's this series that I could not get into because... No.
Let's make a pact to reference that every Mario Kart Monday.
Oh, no.
We've been on a roll.
What was it called? It's, I can't, Dance in the Vampire Bunt? Something like that.
Like the cake?
It's like Bund.
Bund?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time. I just checked it out and then decided I didn't like it, basically.
Sure.
But it's sort of like, I think, from what I remember, the main character is like a typical Japanese, I don't remember if he's in high school or college or whatever, but he's like, you know, typical shonen character.
Right.
And then the other main protagonist is this girl who is a vampire, and she's like hundreds of years old, but she was turned when she was young, so she looks like she's 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think I didn't get very far in it, but from what I could see, it seemed to be leading up that they would become love interests. And I can't remember for sure if, like, I feel like sometimes something would happen where she would, like, magically transform into an adult. But most of the time she was a little girl.
Yeah.
So if they did become in a romantic relationship, even if they, like, never did anything unless she was in an adult form, it's still weird to me.
Weird.
Even though she's hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
So it's definitely got, like, there's some gray area with scenarios like that.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know. I guess it's your personal preference of what is okay and what squicks you out.
Right. Yeah, totally. Okay, so let's take a... So are those like your only two like active / passive ships, so your OT3 and then Honey?
For Oran?
For Oran. Do you have anything else that... Any other juicy ships?
I don't think so. There aren't that many in Oran.
Well, there's like 7 main characters.
Right, but like... I'm not into Twincest.
Okay, well that eliminates
So-
one ship.
And I usually don't, like, sometimes I do, but usually if I have a ship, I don't, I guess, mix ships.
Mm-hmm.
So if I like to ship a character with another character, I usually don't ship them with anyone else.
Okay. So, I mean... So that means you really only have 4 characters to play around with, and you don't ship the twins with the twins.
Right.
So that gives you... I'm doing a little bit of math in my head. 4 ships that don't involve Twincest and your main characters from your main ship. Unless you start bringing in, like, the manager or, like, the... that creepy boy.
Oh, Negozawa Senpai?
Yeah, Nekuzawa.
I should use this later.
Or, I guess, the Obelia girls. I'm pretty sure the only ship for them is the other Obelia girls.
Yeah. Another OT3.
Yeah.
That time it's canon.
Or, like, really digging out some fucking side characters.
Ah! Yeah, Ron's not one of the shows where I have a lot of ships. I mean, you know, it depends on the show or manga or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I have lots of ships, some of them I don't have any.
Yeah.
Shipping is weird, because it's sort of a thing with... It's got a lot of factors. It's got the characters themselves, it's got chemistry between them.
Yeah.
When it's a live action, it's also got chemistry between the actors.
Right.
And then it's just like, you know, personal preference and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So there are definitely, like... There'll be 2 characters who have a certain type of tropey relationship in one series that I'll ship, and then almost the same exact relationship in another one between different characters in a different show that I feel nothing. So you never know, you know?
Yeah.
And there are ships where I can talk about them all day about why I like this ship, and then there are other ones where I'm just like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just like it. What are your guys' ships?
Tell us your ships in the comments. Tell us your Oran High School Host Club ships in the comments. And if you put the Twincest ship, you're banned. You're banned from our YouTube channel.
We're gonna go onto our YouTube channel from our Twitch channel.
We'll ban you.
And ban you.
I mean, not only...
Greta's ship is the Twincest ship.
You're banned.
Oh no, Greta!
Let's ban you now, Greta, because your ship is bad. I mean, like... I don't know, not only is your twin... is not yours, because I assume you're joking. The twin ship is bad, like, because one is weird and kind of yucky, but 2, like... I don't think it makes any sense from any sort of, like, standpoint of the show. Because, like, all their antics are like for show.
I mean, like, to play devil's advocate.
Oh, okay. You know what happens when you play devil's advocate, Chelsea?
Oops.
You end up implicating siblings in sexual situations.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's not that there's not a basis. Because there are, like, moments later on in the manga, or in the anime, when you learn more about their backstories, and even more so in the manga, that, like, and it's not good, but they do have, like, this sort of, like, growing up, they did have this unhealthy codependency. Almost like kind of Cersei and Jaime in a way.
Sure.
So, like...
Circling back.
Yeah, so, like, it's not good or anything, but I can see why you could, like, make the argument for it.
Well, that's the hill you want to
Like,
die on.
like, a little, what am I saying? A big part of their character arc in the series is getting over that codependency.
Yeah.
And, like, the host club helps them, and then Haruhi helps them even more.
Right.
So, I'm saying, like, that's why it's not a good ship, because that kind of goes against their whole character arc.
It sounds like if you like that shit, maybe you don't want the twins to be happy or progress as people.
Yeah.
It sounds like if you like that shit, maybe you just hate the people you're shipping, which seems just real fucked up. You got goo on your screen.
I do. I do got goo.
You got goo.
I got third.
Hell yeah, dude.
I suppose that brings up an interesting topic of another ambiguous, like, is it squicky or not, which is incest versus self-cest.
So let's open up this can of worms here. Let's talk about, first, let's define self-cest as a concept. When we say self-cest, what are we referring to exactly, Chelsea?
Self-cest usually refers to when it's either, like, through some weird, like, you know, just, I don't know, there's no real explanation for it, it just happens. Because it's the internet and weird.
Sure.
That either there are two of the same character. They're not siblings, they're actually the same character.
Right.
Like, kind of like almost like a clone, I guess. And it's when you ship them. More often, self-cest is when a character has, like, a dark side like a dark version of themselves.
Okay.
Like, for instance, Link and Dark Link is very popular for some reason.
Does that really count as self-cest, though?
It's a shadow version of himself.
I guess, but...
A more popular one is, which also you could argue is not technically self-cest, but it's in Yu-Gi-Oh! With, like, Yugi and Yami, or any of the other characters who have, like, a dark spirit version.
Right.
Bakura, Merrick.
I think... And I don't know if it's because I really think Yugi and Yami is just real yucky.
Yeah, it is.
That makes me want to go throw up a bunch.
It is. I never liked that ship. Curse you, other Link.
As for Link and Dark Link, I don't know. Isn't, like, another Link self-cest thing, though? Like Link and Link from Other Timeline?
Yeah, that is another self-cest. Also, even, I guess you could do, like, different Links from, like, Four Swords and Triforce Heroes.
So, okay. Let's tackle these Link ships first. I think they're good examples of, like, different kinds of self-cest and whether or not they're squicky.
Yeah.
So let's start with Link and Dark Link. I vote not squicky.
No?
No. I think that Link and Dark Link are too different from each other. I think that it's probably a dumb ship. I think it's probably a stupid ship, but I don't know if it's gross.
I mean, I guess one of the things is, like, obviously with when it's actual, like, twincest or whatever, you have, it's really squicky because they're siblings.
Right.
But do you also think it's squicky because they look alike?
Does
that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me because they look alike. The thing that yucks me out is, like, the sort of, like, implication of, like, it all. You know, being sort of a sibling to someone else and then wanting you to be romantic towards them sort of implies, like, just a bunch of, like, nasty, yucky things. And I think it's way more about the relationship than about the visual component of it.
Shiro from Voltron? Oh, you mean like the new Shiro and the one from the old one?
No, I think, like,
or in the new one.
He's saying true self, so I assume he means, like, just the same character twice.
Oh.
Like, literally a clone.
Yeah, the one I was talking about initially.
Yeah. That's a real tough one. That's a real hard one for me to... I think viscerally it's squicky. I find this squicky.
No.
Fuck.
My win.
Yay, you got a thing. Like, right? Like, that's just viscerally kind of nasty.
Because it's narcissistic?
No, because it's, like, yucky.
Why is that yucky? But then if it was just like a dark version of you, it's not.
So, I mean, like, a dark version of you and you are, I would assume, if you're the protagonist of a story, probably pretty different. I mean, not physically, per se, but, like, as people. Again, let me just say 100 times, I think it's a really stupid ship. I think it's so fucking dumb.
Well, yeah.
But it's not, like, viscerally repulsive. When I think about it, when, like, I try and wrap my head around it, I'm not, like, ugh. When I think about a person, and then that same person, like, being intimate with each other, I'm like, no thank you. That's horrible.
Would it technically be masturbation?
No, I hear that goof a lot. And that doesn't hold water. Because masturbation is a one-person activity. And clone self-cest, no matter how you want to slice it, is decisively a two-people thing.
Ah!
So I'm not necessarily relating it to incest. Or maybe I am on a subconscious level. But because, like, I can't explain my reasoning, and that's really the problem. I just get yucked out on a very basic level by the idea of a person and another person, like, having sex, and they're the same person. I don't know. I feel like I've sort of weighed in on this. How do you feel about true self-cest?
I think it's not as squicky as twincest.
Sure.
But I don't love it.
Okay.
I definitely don't have any ships like that.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, let's backpedal a little bit. Let's go to Link Situation 2, which is 2 Links from alternate timelines.
Mm-hmm.
And to sort of
rude.
Very rude. And sort of to like sidestep any like squickiness on certain incarnations of Link. Let's just go with like Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess Link. Bye.
You came in at an awkward moment. We're talking about different ships if you haven't left yet. And if certain ship tropes are squicky.
It was really good. It's moments like these where I forgot that we're trying to run entertainment. And I just end up like having like a casual conversation that everyone can hear. Somebody's gotta answer these fucking questions, goddammit. You can't be afraid of what the internet has to offer. And what the internet has to offer is really weird. So anyway, let's get back to it.
Greta thinks we're entertaining.
Yeah. Twilight Princess Link and Skyward Sword Link. Or, like, any 2 Links that aren't children, honestly.
Yeah.
Squicky or not? I want you to go first, because I haven't really formulated an opinion yet.
I don't think it's squicky. I do think it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's, like, gross. It doesn't squick me out.
Okay.
I guess it's one of those where I would, like, I'm indifferent. Like, I don't really understand that ship, but if you want to ship it, okay.
Our guest can't leave this place. They're trapped here in fanfic hell.
Oh no.
Turns out you died and you went straight to fandom hell, idiot. And we're the devil.
There are worse hells to be in.
I think I'm at the same place with you on like the alternate timelines. I don't like it, but I'm not yucked out by it.
Yeah.
Different incarnations of
like,
Link are different people.
They are different people, even if they technically have like the same spirit or whatever.
Yeah.
And they like look different too, which helps.
Yeah, they look different, you know. Skyward Sword Link, kind of a big, lovable doofus.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess Link is, as you know,
Emo.
tragically lobotomized.
Going through his Link in Park phase. No, at the last second! How dare you?
I get that they're like sort of the same person.
Yeah, so it is technically still self-cessed.
Yeah.
But they feel like different people.
Completely.
Like, and it's weird because they like technically they kind of have similar personalities and similar looks and like all Links to an extent, but
I'm sorry, just 1 second. YGBV, I think it'll actually let you leave if you click the follow button.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how you exit this page.
Well, clearly, it wants you to just keep watching us, so... You should just listen.
Yeah, if you press the follow button, you can follow the way out of this page. That's what it's for. That's what it means.
I think YGBV is just being tsundere.
I think secretly YGBV
about,
loves talking about the worst parts of fandom.
Just throw your computer out the window.
Uninstall Windows. Unless you're on a Mac. Then if you're on a Mac, you're going to have to take us to the Apple Store to get rid of us. You're going to have to get a genius to get us off your computer.
Yeah. Take us to the Apple Store while we're still talking about this.
I can't make it stop. They keep talking about two links being intimate with each other. There's nothing I can do. Is this a virus? We've hacked your computer to talk about trash fix. Is there any other, like, variations of Link self-assist? I think we got through them all. Evil version, clone, and different version.
There is alternate timeline in that it's the same Link but a different timeline.
What? Oh yeah,
like
right.
How
Like
Ocarina
Triforce Heroes.
That too, but I mean, I was thinking Ocarina of Time, how it's split into different timelines in the
That's
official timeline.
Okay, well, hey, let's talk about that. It's gross. No, that's yucky. That is the same person. No thanks. That might as well just be clone self-cessed.
Yeah.
IMHO. Triforce Heroes.
Triforce Heroes, like, you're... Like, the way it's set up, you're not the same person. You're just a bunch of links that happen to look the same.
Yeah.
So, it's only... Technically, it's only self-cessed in that you look the same.
Right. Although in Four Swords, isn't that actually just one link split into four?
Yes.
So that is the same person.
That one is the same person.
So Triforce Heroes self-cessed good. Four Swords self-cessed gross.
Yes. It's a fine line.
Okay, I just want that to be, for the record, Master Questers goes on record saying that ships between Links and Triforce Heroes is okay, but Four Sword ships is fucking yucky. Stop it.
Greta says it's too convenient. Technically, Link plus Ravia would be a self-cessed.
That's interesting, because that's not an alternate timeline.
No, it's
that's
just an alternate
alternate dimension.
Yeah, but it is Link in that dimension.
That is true.
I guess you're just stuck here forever.
Just hang out. Come on. Just hang out and listen to us talk about all your favorite parts of fandom.
At least we're not talking about, like, furries.
Do you want to talk about furries?
No.
You want to talk about bronies?
No. I do not.
Okay. Okay, I'll save this conversation for maybe another Mario Kart Monday.
Oh, no.
But I do have a lot of questions for you now about furries and bronies.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
I don't actually know anything
No,
about
I know
those.
you don't know anything about them, but certainly you have opinions on them.
They're weird. That's, like, my only opinion.
That's your only opinion?
I stay out of those corners of the internet, Clark.
Okay, but, like... Okay, you think it's weird, but...
You know, it's... If we're being serious, it's like, you know, whatever you like, you can like, as long as you don't, like, force it upon other people, or as long as it's not, like, hurting anyone, or, you know, like, in the case of bronies, the problem with a lot of them is they put weird shit where children can see it.
Oh, yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's gross.
But if we're just talking about, like, what you like, then I don't care. As long as you know.
As long as you're not actively corrupting a fandom for children.
Yeah.
With your literal pornography.
But that said, on a personal level, I think it's weird.
Sure.
What are we talking about? Chips? Are we still talking about chips?
I don't remember what we're talking about anymore. I'm just sort of enjoying watching our new viewer squirm at our really good combos. Okay, I mean let's take a step back from
okay.
the self-cest and we won't go.
I think we've pretty much covered it.
We won't go too deep into furries right now.
Thank you.
But so I don't know what else to talk about in terms of ships. What are your favorite Mario Kart ships? What? Oh no. That's... Greta, you might have said the worst ship in the entire Mario Kart canon. You really just nailed it. Not only did you hit the worst kind of twincest, turns out.
Are they twins?
Yeah, they're twins.
I always thought Luigi was like actually younger.
No.
Like not just twin younger.
No, they're canonically twins.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Unless you're talking about the movie with John Leguizamo.
Well, I was.
In which case, Luigi is, by and large, the younger twin. But in Mario canon, they are twins.
Oh, I didn't know
Not
that.
only are they twins, but they were not delivered. They...
By Yoshi's?
Yeah. Well, no, see, they, there's no live births in the Mario universe because nobody in the Mario canon has genitals.
Right.
They were delivered by storks. That is canon. That is literally canon. That Mario and Luigi are twins who were delivered by a bird.
Ah!
But that being said, I guess we did ask for Mario Kart ships. So, my favorite Mario Kart ship, and I know I'm backpedaling a little bit about what I said about Self-Cest, but I am a big fan of Mario X Metal Mario.
I ship the BMWs, the real cars that are in it, with the cars from the movie Cars. Oops, crap. Oh, this race didn't go very well.
You know how, Waluigi isn't related to any of the Mario brothers, and he's just kind of a guy who showed up one day?
Mm-hmm.
There's, a ship of Waluigi and Wario, and there's, a lot of just really good fan art of that.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not talking about, them getting down and dirty.
Just them hanging out?
Just them, hanging out like a couple. I think it's really cute. I honestly think that's kind of cute.
Hmm. Have some interesting Miis in here. The guy who won isn't very happy.
Oh my god, what is wrong with that fish man? His eyes are on his cute hat.
I think he's like an alien or a bug.
Oh, I just thought he... Chili, that's mean to say about someone who's born with a condition.
What's wrong with bugs?
But yeah, I don't know. People probably like actually do ship a lot of Mario, and that's kind of weird.
Like characters in Mario?
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know what those fics like read like, right?
Yeah.
What do they?
And then also do not know.
Mario, with his stout, portly body, unhooked his overalls and whispered into my ear.
Was that an insert reader fic?
Yeah, it was self/Mario.
Ow.
There's gonna be a lot of that kind of stuff after the new one comes out, because now Mario's hanging out with real people.
Oh, yeah.
There's now precedence for it. Beforehand, Mario didn't hang out with anybody real. It's unless you count all the like extended Mario canon, like the John Leguizamo movie and the Mario Edutainment games, like Mario's Time Machine, where he goes to like the fucking Battle of Bunker Hill and meets George Washington, which is why, you know, George Washington Mario is a shit.
Yeah.
So that'll be weird. A lot of weird fan art's gonna happen. More weird Mario fan art than there already is.
Especially since he can like take over people's bodies now.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that part. Help! Oh no, the fanfics write themselves. Help! Damn, Chelsea, I wish you played even one Sonic game ever. Because that's just, like, where it's at.
Oh.
That's just where it's at for just the bottom of the barrel internet.
Oh. I played Sonic when I was little, but it was just, like, the handheld ones, and I don't know if I finished it.
We should totally play, like, Sonic Adventure 2 on the channel.
Is that a good one or a bad one?
Isn't that a good one? Is there a good Sonic game?
I don't know.
You know what? Here's the thing. I don't actually know if it's good. It was one of my favorite games when I was like a lot younger, like when I was little. But I haven't played it in a very long time, and I have this sneaking suspicion it doesn't hold up very much at all.
Yeah, we know, Greta.
I can't believe
they
did that.
I mean, it makes sense, right? If they know their own fan base, if they have any self-aware knowledge of who their fans are.
When I saw the trailer for that, I died 100 times. Like, for real. Like, I died laughing when I saw that it was like, Sonic, Shadow, and an all-new hero. Make your own hedgehog. And I'm like, oh my fucking god! It's happening! Time and space converged. I saw, like, the fucking monolith in space, like, fucking Stanley Kubrick.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, I think we should play Sonic Adventure 2. Because I am curious to see if it's actually secretly bad. But B, I think just Sonic is just really funny. as someone
Is Sonic Shadow self-cessed?
No, they're not the same hedgehog.
Oh. I thought Shadow was maybe like an evil version of Sonic. I don't know
Oh,
Sonic.
Chelsea, no. Shadow is the ultimate life form.
Oh, okay.
Which is true.
I mean, with a name like Shadow, and he kind of looks like Sonic, but red and black, right?
Yeah, no.
So you can't blame me for assuming.
I mean, like, all the hedgehog characters look like they could just be alternate versions of Sonic. Because they're all just sort of recolors of Sonic. Great, I don't think we'll ever play Sonic 2006. We might, but I don't think so, because I don't know if I have the stomach for that. That's like one of those games that it's like unbelievably bad. I don't know. You know what? If we ever get to the point where we're e-begging for e-money, it'll be like a Patreon goal or something. We'll play Sonic 06 if you really want. But no, I'm more interested in Battle 2 for personal reasons. I really want to know if that game was good or if I was just a very dumb child. And again, Sonic is really funny, and it's even more funny when you throw him into like all these 3D games he's been in where the story takes itself so seriously. In Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow the Hedgehog is the ultimate life form. That's his whole thing. It's like hilarious how much they just ape stuff from Dragon Ball Z, because you can tell like this whole Sonic Shadow thing is just supposed to be like a Goku Vegeta thing.
Mm-hmm. Has YGBV just been talking to himself?
Oh, I think...
Who has he been talking to? He's like been making deals with the devil to get out of here or something.
Yeah, I think he... I mean, like, I don't know, you can't just get out of hell by selling your soul.
Yes,
that's
kind of why you're
in hell. You sold your soul so we would stop talking about Link and Blink kissing on each other.
Which we did.
Which we did.
So you're welcome.
Yeah. But I mean, now we just launched directly into Sonic fandom, so we kind of, you know, it's one of those,
kind of out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Yeah, it's like one of those, like, be careful what you wish for, because nothing good ever happens.
I guess if we want to talk more about ships, I know you don't have a lot of ships, right? Is there anything where you have a decent amount of ships?
I think, like, no, if I even have, like, one ship in any sort of fandom, it's kind of a big deal for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
I mean, do you usually ship canon relationships?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, if we're making a distinction between active and passive ships, then I'll passively ship a canon relationship if it's not offensive to me. But there's not a ton of ships that I'm like, hell yeah. Like, in recent memory, the only ship that I really liked and tried to find art for was, like, Nice Pants. Because it's completely adorable. And before I get in trouble for being just really an esoteric fucker, Nice Pants would be the ship in Undertale between Nice Cream Guy and Burger Pants.
It is pretty cute.
Yeah. I guess I liked canon ship Undyne Alphys enough to like sort of actively ship it too. But that was pretty much it. I thought all the other ships were like not good.
Oops. Oh well. So you don't like watch anything, and even if it's like a canon relationship, you never even in the show, or like you want them to be happy and together?
Oh, yeah, in the show. I thought that counted as, like, passive shipping, though. I thought in order to, like, actively ship, you had to go find it. You had to go on the internet and go get it.
I would say, like, not necessarily. I would say even if you... Because, you know, some people ship but aren't really into actually looking for any, like, fan art or reading fan fiction at all. Mm-hmm. But they're still technically our shippers.
Okay. Then, yeah, maybe more so. I don't know. What's a ship, like a canon ship that I liked? That's a tough one, actually. What's, for real? Name a fandom.
Harry Potter.
Like, all the Harry Potter ships I think are bad.
Ron Hermione?
I think Hermione should have ended up with Harry.
Meh.
Okay. You're entitled to your opinion.
I honestly didn't want Harry to end up with anyone.
I hated Harry and Ginny. I really
me too.
Disliked that.
That's one of my no TPs.
Yeah.
It felt very shoehorned in.
I mean, like, I don't know. It's been a really long time since I read the books, and I'd really have to reread them to maybe glean the full subtext of Ron Hermione. Mm-hmm. But the thing was that I read them as they came out, and the sort of Ron Hermione stuff didn't start... I don't know if it didn't start until, like, later books, or I just didn't pick up on it until later books. But to me, it felt like kind of a shoehorned in thing.
For me, like, I didn't, like, have any ships back then because I was pretty young. Mm-hmm. But I did sort of think something might happen between Ron and Hermione from pretty early on. Mm-hmm. I think the part that really made me think that they would get together someday was the fourth book.
I mean, that's the one, right?
Yeah.
That's where it, like, kind of pops off.
Yeah. Which isn't, like, necessarily a later one. It's, like, halfway, sort of.
Yeah, it's halfway through, but, like...
And it makes sense because, like, before that, they're little. Fourth book is when they're finally, like, going through puberty and stuff.
Kids get crushes earlier than that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I am saying, like, even in the in the first one, I thought there was a little bit of that.
Sure. I don't know. Honestly, I just don't like them together. I don't know. I don't think... Honestly, it seems like every time Ron gets on Hermione's nerves, it seems more like genuine frustration and, like, disdain to me instead of, like, sort of a, oh, that Ron, oh, that fucking ding-dong, and vice versa.
It's like 3 things in a row.
It's like Ron gets sort of jealous and protective of Hermione during the Yule Ball, and it just didn't feel real to me.
I thought it was fine. I liked that ship.
But yeah, I mean, like, other than that, I don't have a lot of strong opinions about sort of the pairings in Harry Potter. I wasn't, like, a very big fan of, a lot of the canon ships. I didn't like, Tonks Lupin.
I was indifferent.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
I was indifferent to whichever Weasley married Fleur.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was barely in it, so
right,
it was kind of like, sure.
Yeah, he was barely in it, but, like, they made a thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Harry Potter, not too into the ships. There's pretty much the canon ships I kind of only sort of don't like. So I wouldn't say I'm an active shipper of any of those canon ships. Game of Thrones.
Do you have Game of Thrones ships?
No. Trying to think if I do. Is your stream lagging or something? YGBV? Can you hear me? Can you see us? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think a lot about the Game of Thrones ships. Like the canon ones.
Yeah, I don't have any Game of Thrones ships.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Okay, good.
The only one I guess it was sort of the potential of a ship. Was with Sansa and Marjorie.
Aw, that's kind of a cute one.
Yeah. But that was about it.
Sure. Oh, hell yeah, dude. You didn't tell me Baby Park was on. Fuck yeah. Love this stage.
Freaking Baby Park.
Oh, there's Merlin Arthur. It's a good ship.
I love that ship. OTP.
Yeah, it's just real good.
We're talking about the TV show Merlin.
Yeah.
BBC. Not Arthurian legend.
Incarnation of King Arthur and Merlin. In the BBC show, if you haven't seen it, they are both the same age. I'm not trying to have an old man like get his frick on with the boy who lived. I really like honestly, I kind of like a lot of the ships in Arthur though. Basically like any combination of sort of like Arthur, Merlin, and Gwen, I'm kind of okay with.
Yeah, it's one of the interesting things about Merlin was that you can kind of, the four main characters, Arthur, Gwen, Merlin, and Morgana, you can kind of do any combination of those ships, and there is like basis in the show for them. Spoiler alert, it is a little squicky with Morgana and Arthur because, you know, that whole incest thing.
They're related.
But I guess also in the original Arthurian legends, they do have a child together, which is still squicky, but I guess there's basis for it.
I'm a little over Morgana.
Yeah.
After this last season that I saw, after season 3, I'm a little beyond that shit. That it sucks. I was really disappointed with the way her character turned out. It's kind of went to shit in my opinion. And therefore, I don't give a crapo about her being involved in any ships. Beforehand, though, I thought that mostly with Morgana. Ew, Morgos? They're like related.
Yeah, I mean it's the same problem, but before you know they're related, you can kind of.
Don't you know they're related like immediately though?
No.
Okay. Well, I was kind of okay with Morgana Gwen before Morgana's character turned into garbage.
Yeah.
Not so much Morgana Arthur and
Merlin.
Not so much Morgana Merlin.
Yeah.
Honestly, and also with Gwen, Gwen Lancelot's pretty good.
Yeah, I like Gwen Lancelot.
So, I don't know, a lot of good ships in that BBC Merlin show. And also, speaking of ships, I am being serious in Oron when I think the best ship is just all of them.
I mean, it is a reverse harem.
Yeah. All of them barring, like, kind of, still no twincest, please.
Just have them on, like, opposite sides of whatever...
Of all the picture, of all the orgies. I mean, like, I don't mean to say, like, every bit of content that involves Oron ships is like an orgy. I'm just saying
no,
that...
Of course not.
I think that, like, pretty much you ship anyone with anyone in Oron and it's a good ship.
Yeah. Fullmetal Alchemist?
Oh yeah, I forgot that was an anime that is my favorite. Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? There's a canon ship that I really like. Is Hawkeye Mustang.
Mustang? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good ship.
I care a great deal less about, like, Winry and Ed.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel it, personally.
Yeah. Like, I don't hate Winry and Ed, but I don't, like, love them.
Sure. Same here.
I don't like Al and May. Mainly because I don't really like May.
Okay, you're gonna have to forgive me, but who is May again?
The little Chinese princess who comes over.
Oh.
Xingese, rather. Not Chinese. Same
Right.
difference.
Yeah, pretty much the same place.
Like, I don't hate her as a character, but she is kind of annoying, and I don't like her with Al, because it's kind of another Harry Jenny situation, where it just starts out with her having a one-sided crush on him, and then he kind of just suddenly reciprocates for no reason.
Yeah. Chelsea, have you ever seen the anime Outlaw Star?
No.
Okay.
Have you?
Yeah. It was on, I think it was on the Toonami way back in the day. Like, back when I was a kid. It was on the Cartoon Network. I don't know if it's been like such a long time since I've seen Outlaw Star. Hell yeah, dude. Well done.
I just noticed I'm wearing a crown.
It's been such a long time since I've seen Outlaw Star. I don't remember a lot about it. I mean, like, for real, though. I remember almost nothing about it. If I was gonna, like, try and put together a ship for Outlaw Star, I would probably ship the, like, main girl and Aisha. Just because I think that's the cutest one. I don't really like the main girl and Jean. Or, like, Aisha and Jean. And those are really the only characters I remember from that fucking show. It's been such a long time. It's been, golly, it's getting close to 20 years since I've watched Outlaw Star, so you're gonna really have to forgive me with that.
Speaking of old series I never watched, what are your ships for Samurai Pizza Cats?
The girl one and the boy one who's in the blue samurai suit, and not the boy one who's in a red samurai suit. Yeah, speaking of animes that I saw before I could read. Just ask me to recall characters from that. I don't remember. I don't know. I'm pretty sure at that point I only understood the context that the main red pizza cat and the pink girl pizza cat were supposed to be love interests, and I
that does sound like typical Sentai.
yeah, and as a 5-year-old, I was like, yeah, all right, whatever you say, you got it. Speaking of old anime, do you have any besides your favorite drinking glass ships for Sailor Moon?
Well, for those who don't know what my drinking glass looks like, there's definitely the canon ship of, Uranus and Neptune.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if the thing gets it. Oh fuck, there's so much lag on our stupid stream. I'm like
You look at OBS.
I'm like, I have to press a bunch of buttons to do that. So instead there's just 10 seconds of me in the footage just holding a glass out.
Content.
Good content. Okay, so Neptune and Uranus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, when I was younger, I liked the main canon ship of Tuxedo Mask and
Serena.
Sailor Moon.
Hell yeah, dude. I just love Tuxedo Mask in general as a concept. Oh, he's so good.
In the manga, the other Sailor Scouts sort of have love interests.
Mm-hmm.
They have, if you remember, like, basically the first season with Queen Beryl and her, like, soldier guys. I don't think they did this in the anime, but in the manga you find out that her soldier guys were actually brainwashed, and they used to be basically the equivalent of the Sailor Scouts, but for Tuxedo Mask, when he was a prince on Earth. And they actually were in love with the Sailor Scouts. So it was kind of weird, because, like, the prince and the princess and then their 4 guards, like, all got together. But then they, like, die, so that isn't... It's more like, oh, we were in love in the past, but now you're dead.
Way to kill a ship.
And then some of them have, like, sort of hinted at love interests throughout the series, but none of them are, like, main characters or anything.
Gotcha.
I kind of thought that this is more of a passive ship, but I kind of liked Chibi Moon and Hotaru. It's another weird one because they don't really look like they're the same age, but they are.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's better than her canon love interest, which is a weird unicorn boy.
Yo, I'm gonna say that Chibi Moon as a concept really frustrated me as a child.
Yeah, she's not a very good character.
I was so mad because everything else was like, oh, it's just a bunch of, planets and the moon. And then Chibi Moon came out and was like, no, no, there's no Chibi Moon in the sky. You're offending my gentle sensitivities. I bring my astronomy book in class as a little kid. Excuse me, teacher. Can you point on the solar system which one's a Chibi Moon? Yeah. Again, with Sailor Moon, it's been like just an extremely long time since I was into that. Like, so I really couldn't tell you anything about the characters, or if I thought they made sense together. I would basically just say that I like Tuxedo Mask and Serena just because I do.
Yeah. I mean, Sailor Moon is like the classic shoujo magical girl series.
Yeah.
So while it definitely has its flaws and a lot of the tropes that come with that genre, it sort of made the tropes.
Yeah.
So it at least did a good job with it.
Completely.
Like, there were other magical girl anime before Sailor Moon, but it's considered, like, the classic that really made it popular.
I've seen, like, a lot of people come in and out of this fucking Twitch channel, and I'm just wondering how many people are, like...
The thing went off.
Oh, boy. How many people are, like, coming in, listening to our conversation, like, nah, dog, this ain't me. I don't own this.
It's talking about weird anime ships and self-cessed and...
They fucking read our profile, just a couple of nerds, and like, yeah, I can get into that. And then they, like, watch the show and like, no, just a couple of nerds is a bit of an understatement.
Just a couple of giant nerds.
Our powers combined, I think we equal at least all the nerds of one fandom.
What about... I feel like I know the answer to this, but do you have any ships for Dragon Ball?
Like, the original Dragon Ball?
Or any of the...
Do you mean so
any.
over the whole series?
The whole series.
I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's been a while since I actually watched it and not the fucking abridged series. So let me stretch here. I mean, so as far as like canon ships go, I have no problem with sort of like, I guess, Chi-Chi and Goku. That's fine.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about Bulma and Vegeta. Because to me, as a kid, Vegeta was just always so unlikable. I didn't understand why anybody wanted to be with him.
Yeah.
But I guess I kind of get that Vegeta is like a big, powerful man and is probably kind of hot. And maybe that's it, but I don't know if you can base a relationship off of that.
Yeah.
So, I don't get that. Later, when it, and I don't remember.
After they've been together for a while?
Yeah, it makes a little more sense, because it seems like Vegeta's a little bit less of a dick.
Yeah. I mean, from my understanding, from what I remember, it was more that, like, at first it was just a purely physical attraction.
Yeah.
And then over time, he started to become less of a dick, and I feel like their relationship was more like casual, on again, off again for the most part for a long time.
Totally.
And it wasn't until later that they actually like got married and shit.
Right. And what you gotta understand, when you're watching like the 4Kids dub as like an 8-year-old, that doesn't read.
Right.
I guess now it makes a lot more sense, but when I was young and experiencing it the first time, it didn't make any sense. Later in Z, and also like, I have never seen GT, so let's just get that out of the way. In Z, when like Gohan is older and he like starts going out with Hercule's daughter.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a pretty good one. I thought they had a pretty
right.
genuinely good relationship that I liked. I think, honestly, I'm a little bit yucked out whenever I think about Krillin and Android 18. Just because I don't know. I mean, I guess it's fine. I just don't know how they end up having a kid.
Yeah.
Because then I have to, like, in my mind, think about how that fucking doctor with the brain in his head made a synthetic womb. And whenever I just, like, start really pouring over the details of that, I end up having to go to my local church and say some prayers. Who else is, like, in a relationship in that show? I don't really know any of the other... I can't recall any of the other, like, sort of canon relationships.
Yeah. I think that's the main ones.
Yeah. In terms of, like, non-canon relationships, I don't know. I don't feel very strongly about any of them. A lot of these characters, as it goes on, end up being kind of related.
Yeah.
Like, don't ship, like... you know. You know how, like, Piccolo absorbs people? Because he's a Namekian?
Yeah.
Does, after he's absorbed someone, does that make any ship with someone he's absorbed self-cessed?
Yeah, I don't know if I have any ships for Dragon Ball except like some of the canon ones, I guess.
Yeah.
But even like I don't think I have any active ships.
For real. I definitely don't, because I don't care enough
Yeah.
about DBZ anymore to
Same.
care. Oh, here we go. Here's what's up. What about Death Note?
Yeah, well, that's obvious, isn't it?
I mean, I know that there's an obvious one, but are there any out there that like are less obvious that you might have?
Well, let's get the obvious out of the way.
Yeah, I know. Everyone says L and Light's dad, obviously.
Yeah.
It's a really good ship.
OTP. I mean, besides L and Light, I kind of like one-sided Light and Mikami, but it's like in a really fucked up way, because Light, because you know he's Light and he's a piece of shit, would just like use it to his advantage, not actually reciprocate.
Yeah.
Whereas when I ship Light with L, there is... I mean, it depends on how canon you want to get with your ship.
Sure.
But I do ship that both ways.
You do like an alternate timeline where Light didn't fucking find the Death Note, and he's probably a little bit more tolerable of a human being.
Yeah. There are a lot of fics like that.
Yeah, and then it's a little bit more believable with a fic with him and L.
Yeah. I don't so much anymore, but when I was first into Death Note, I liked Nier and Mello.
Okay. Can't say I agree now.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of just in general disliked Nier.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like a lot of people either loved or hated him.
Yeah. Nier, of course, being like the one that was basically just L, right?
Yeah.
Little L. Lowercase L.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely liked Mello a lot more because I think he
was a character.
He was like a character.
Yeah.
He was like a character whose like defining character trait wasn't like the character that died just a minute ago. I thought his like weird, the shots of him always taking a chomp out of a candy bar was a strange choice by like the team, but it didn't like ruin him for me.
Maybe it came from the manga. Those are in there.
Okay. Then I think whoever worked on the manga, their choice to like transition to fucking our boy Mello just gulping down some of that good chocolate. It's weird.
Each of the geniuses in Death Note have a weird addiction. And that was his, and I guess that's an easy way to establish it.
Right. But it sucked. Because here's the thing. L's like sort of obsession with sweet treats, I think was good aesthetics. Because he was always like holed up in a room in his pajamas.
Yeah. With
like just piles of ice cream everywhere. Which is something I can relate to and aspire to be similar to someday.
Right.
And it was like, you know, it was all very... It was a cohesive image,
Right.
and I liked it.
Hooray!
Every motherfucking time Mello eats a chocolate bar, he like takes a big ol' honkin' bite out of it and then leans against something with his arms folded all badass. Like, yeah, fucking showed that Hershey bar who's boss.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's dumb. And then I forget, like, lowercase L's thing was that he just built houses of cards or some shit.
He had toys, and he liked to build and stack things.
Yeah. Which is...
Like, his whole thing was more... He was more, like... like, socially withdrawn, even more so than L.
Mm-hmm.
And he was more meticulous, and even a little less, like...
personable.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with Nier and Mello is that they tried to basically take a character like L, but then split it into two foils.
Mm-hmm.
So you had Nier, who was fairly, like, logical, didn't act on emotion, was very, like, meticulous, and broke things down before doing any action.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Mello, who acted mostly on impulse, and just sort of, you know, went out there and did shit.
Yeah.
Without necessarily thinking it all the way through, but was still hella smart.
Right.
And the whole thing at, like, the end, what Nier says is that separately they weren't as good as L, but it was only by combining the two sides of them that they could defeat Light and surpass L. But the problem with that is that you kind of needed both of them, or else one of them on their own wasn't really a great character, because...
I think Mello was a good character.
Well, yeah.
I think it was really Nier that kind of fell flat for me.
Mm.
Nier spent a lot of the time doing the same stuff L did.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, like, both Nier and Mello have character traits of L, and they're sort of two sides to his coin.
Right.
But the thing is that Nier did all the same stuff. He, like, hid in a room, and he sat in his pajamas, and he, like, fidgeted a lot, and took a lot of the same actions as L, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, Mello fucking dealt with crime syndicates, and, like, got on motorcycles, and did a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
And it felt very distinct from L's style.
Right.
Even though, like, L did a lot of reckless stuff, it's just that when L did something reckless, it seemed like secretly not reckless.
Right.
Like, when like L joined Light's college, that is very reckless.
Right.
But, you know, it's not fucking bringing a gun to a warehouse or a fucking loading dock and trying to, like, murder somebody's fiancé or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I liked Mello a lot more than I liked Nier, is my thesis.
Yeah, I get that. I liked Nier, but like, looking back on it and watching it again, I didn't like him as much as I used to.
Right.
I do it.
You do it. You the best.
I should probably wrap up soon. It's almost 1.
Oh yeah, this went for a while.
Yeah. Well, we started talking about nerd shit.
Started talking about
That's what Mario Kart Monday is all about.
Mario-
It ain't about Mario Kart.
Monday has nothing to do with Mario Kart.
It
barely has anything to do with Monday.
It's me half concentrating on playing Mario Kart while we talk about nerd shit.
Yeah.
It's literally what it is. It's what I should put in the playlist description on YouTube.
You wanna do one more race and then we'll close out?
Sounds good.
All right.
Any last thoughts?
Yeah. Last thoughts, just to go over some stuff. Best ship in Oran is all of them. And it's okay to have sex with someone who looks just like you.
As long as they're not actually
As long
you.
as they aren't actually you. Next week, we talk about furries.
Oh no.
The
series is
I
canceled.
have questions. I just have questions.
Okay, but who's gonna answer your questions?
You're gonna answer them.
Why would I answer them if I don't know anything?
You don't have to know about furries to answer my questions about furries. They're not about furries, actually. They're more just trying to gauge your opinion. They're more an interrogation, right? You have to interrogate your opinions and beliefs to see if they're if they hold up under scrutiny. We both think that furry fandom is weird. Yeah. But why do we think it's weird is what I want to know. It's just too easy to be like, I don't know, it's weird, I don't like it.
That's kind of it, though.
No, it's gotta be deeper than that. I mean, that's kind of it,
but...
There
are some things that just squeak you out.
Sure, totally. But, I mean, I don't know, I'm of the mind that there's a reason for everything. And a lot of times, when we say something just squeaks you out, it's because the reason is just really hard to grasp. Self-cess squeaks me out, and I can't grasp the reason, so all I can really say is, it just kind of makes me feel yucky. And maybe that's the conclusion we'll come to when we talk about furries next week.
Oh boy.
But I really do. Aren't you at least kind of curious on why it's so inherently kind of repulsive? And kind of widespread, right? Unless you're a furry, you kind of are yucked out by furries.
Yeah. Ah.
Oh. Link, can't drive straight up. And I mean, I want to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog a little bit more, too.
Oh boy.
It's just so funny to me. It's the funniest fandom.
Hello, Reaction Studios.
Hey, dude.
Unfortunately, we're wrapping up for the night.
Yeah, unfortunately. The stream's about to be over. Sorry about that. I don't have a great pitch for you to come back next Monday to Mario Kart Mondays because I just promised that we would be talking about furries. But hey, maybe you're curious like I am about why are people interested in that? So, hey, why not come back on Monday?
Or before then, because we stream often.
Yeah, that's true. We do stream often, and if you want to know about the other times we're streaming, I guess you should probably follow us, or maybe Twitter follow us.
We have a lot of nerd chats.
We chat a lot about Nerd Garbo. Everybody love it. But everyone else, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for putting up with our
nerd
with
chat.
Our dumb nerd garbage with our deviant nerd illness.
Oh, we should talk about DeviantArt.
Oh shit, dog. We should talk about DeviantArt.
Oh, Reaction Studios is already following us. Well, thank you, Reaction Studios.
Hooray!
We appreciate your loyalty.
I love it. Oh, nice. And also, YGBV, it's me, is following us too, Robot Face.
We've converted him.
We did it. We've changed him. Welcome to the party. You now are among the damned.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.